Here's what I love about YouTube. You review one of those, you review one of these. It's much easier to get those videos monetized than if you review one of these. For some stupid reason, you review these, instantly demonetized, appeal, delete, re-upload, appeal, download, delete, re-upload. It's a pain in the ass to get these monetized. YouTube, get your shit together. But I digress. Okay, a few weeks ago, we reviewed the WMLX Gen 3. All right, I'm gonna put a card right up here on the screen if you wanna go check that out. Today, we're gonna take a look at the Wild 2 from Inforce. Now, the WMLX is a rifle-mounted light. This is the pistol-mounted light. And I mentioned in that video how impressed I was when I did the nighttime footage of this, all right? I did both of those nighttime footage recordings at the same time. So I'm gonna roll in some of that footage here in just a few minutes. Now, I've got a new format that I'm playing with, and I don't have it perfect, so give me a little bit of grace, but feel free to give me feedback in the comments. I've got kind of a scoring system that I'm going to try to roll forward with these things, and we'll see how it goes. It's a little bit labor intensive, but I think you guys are going to like it. Now, that scoring system has 6 categories, all right? Performance, runtime and battery choice, mount and integration, durability, usability, and then the value, okay? I'm gonna give it a weighted score in each of these categories, add all of those up, and then we'll give you a total score out of 10. Let's talk about the performance first. I already teased it a little bit. The performance is actually really, really nice on this, okay? It is 1,000 lumens, it is 25,000 candela, but it performs better than what most 25,000 candela lights tend to do, all right? Let's take a look at that nighttime footage. All right, here we go. So if you're new to my channel, that barn building that you see back there is 61 yards from where I'm standing, and it's 14 feet tall at the peak. So it kind of gives you an idea for the size of the hotspot when I do these light reviews. And if I go up into the trees, you can see the bottom of the spill coming into the viewport there. Go down, down, down. There's the top of the spill right there. Way back in that dark spot, right there. You see that white spot right there? Let me zoom in on that. That is a steel target at 90 yards, and I can easily see it, even with the little bit of mist in the air. If I move this up here, you can kind of see it cutting through that mist there. Easily see it through that mist. So this 25,000 candela, 1,000 lumens, presents much better than 25,000 candela, honestly. I didn't expect it to throw quite as well as it's doing. Okay, let's talk about the battery choices. So you see this little button right here? If I push this button, watch the space between kind of the tail here and the body of the light. You'll notice that it kind of pops open, and then you can pull that, spin it to get it out of the way. And here you have your 2 standard CR123A batteries. And that is where I find the opportunity for this light. From everything I have found, it does not use rechargeable batteries, nor should you try to use rechargeable batteries, unless it specifically says. I even reached out to Inforce, and I don't have an answer from them yet on whether you can. So I think that's the opportunity. Is they probably could have gone with a dual fuel option on this. Notice how slowly I say that, dual fuel. Oh, there you go, got it. Dual fuel option, where you could use, 16340s or something like that. I get the availability of CR123As, especially for law enforcement LEO. They probably get, boxes of these given to them, but that's the opportunity. So in terms of mounting options, you can see here I have removed the rail key. So this is the universal one that fits your standard Glocks and things like that. And then if you flip it over, that is the 1913 size, and you can slide it back in and fit things like SIG or others with a 1913 style rail. All right, on the build quality and kind of the durability of it, man, this thing is built like a damn tank, all right? So full aluminum with the exception of, I believe, these switches. It's really hard for me to tell if those are aluminum. They feel like plastic, but other than the switches, this thing is just rock solid. As far as the ergonomics on this thing, nice big side paddles. I would love the option for the side paddles to not only be press in, but press forward. Not a huge deal, not gonna ding too much on that, but there are some lights out there. Much better than Surefire's damn toggles, so gotta give it to him on that. Here's what I'll say about kind of the functionality of these paddles. The lockout mode is quite simple. Let's see if I can do this first time. If you press one switch in, and then within like a second, press the other switch in, it'll blink a few times to let you know it's in lockout. So let's see if I can do this, let's see. Nope, that was too fast. All right, press one, other, there you go. Blinks 4 times, and now it's in lockout mode. All right, and then to reverse it, just do the same thing again. So press 1 in, wait half a second, there you go, you see it blink twice, and now it's out of lockout mode. All right, strobe is a little cumbersome. You have to take it off, you have to unmount it. All right, you have to turn it on. Let's see if I can do this first time, man. I've been struggling with this. Turn it on, pop the battery door, pull it out, hold both switches, and push it back in. You have to, again, push that door, let go. And now a double click, I got it on the first time. Now a double click puts you into strobe mode, all right? So a single press of the switch is momentary. A quick press and release is constant. And now a double press is strobe. So not too bad. I guess the more you do it, the easier it gets. Let's show you how I charted all this. And again, give me feedback on this. This is new for me, guys. See if this makes sense to you. All right, column A is your 6 categories: performance, runtime battery, mounting and integration, quality, ergonomics, and the value. I've got a weighting on each of these. I'm considering the performance to be kind of the best, and that is the 25% of the weight. Runtime and battery gets 15%, mounting and integration gets 20%, quality, ergonomics, and value get 15, 15, and 10% respectively. Let me know if you feel like this should be different. Again, first time trying to figure out what's the best blend here. Here's how I've scored these. For performance, man, it really performs much better than a 25,000 Candela light. I'm gonna give it a 9. Runtime and battery, unfortunately, I got to knock it down a little bit on this because it's not a dual fuel option and it is strictly CR123As. The runtime is a little bit less than I would like it to be, so you get a 5. The mounting and integration, all right, super simple mount. It integrates with a lot of different holsters out there. I probably looked at 40 different holster manufacturers, found compatibility in, I don't know, 27, 28 of them, something like that. So there is a decent amount of compatibility in holsters. Quality, all right, this thing's a tank. It is built really, really sturdy, aluminum construction with the exception of the switches, which those aren't usually going to take any damage, but this thing is just really, really solidly built, so I gave that an 8. Ergonomics, I'm giving it a 7. Again, I dinged it down a little bit just because of some of the clunkiness to get it into strobe mode. Once you get it there, it's fine. But I would also like the paddles to be press in instead of just press to the side. And then value. This thing's been out for a little while. It's fairly expensive compared to some other things out there by about $20, $30. So I'm going to give you a 7. Total rating, 7.35 out of 10. So what do you guys think of the new rating scale? Give me some feedback down below. That is the Inforce Wild 2. It's been out for a while. It's nothing new, but it's new to me, and I dig it, man. It's a really, really solid light. And that said, there's a link in the video description below to where you can get one for yourself. I appreciate your time watching. As always, got lots more great content to come, and I'll see you in the next one.